Hi, my name is Aitor. I'm here with Patricia and Carlos, and today we're going to be talking about fungus-like protists.
Fungus-like protists are protists that absorb their food from dead organic matter. They are separated into two groups, slime molds and water molds. Slime molds are thin masses of living matter that look like glistening white, yellow, or red globs of slime. They are usually found on moist, decaying matter. Their life cycle concludes of them spending part of their lives in a mobile amoeba-like feeding form. The other part of their life cycle is spent in a stationary reproductive stage where they produce a spore-bearing structure called a fruiting body. Water molds are decomposers or parasites that can live in water, moist soil, or other organisms. They are composed of branching filaments of cells. The phylum Myxomycota, more commonly known as a true slime mold, includes about 700 species of plasmodial slime molds. During the feeding stage of its life cycle, the plasmodial slime mold is a mass of cytoplasm, called a plasmodium, that may be as large as several square meters. Each plasmodium is multinucleate, meaning that they have diploid nuclei that aren't separated by the cell walls. The plasmodium creeps along the forest floor by cytoplasmic streaming and feeds on decaying leaves and other debris using phagocytosis, a process where it uses its membrane to engulf its food. When food or water becomes scarce, the plasmodium begins to reproduce. It forms fruit bodies in which haploid spores are produced by meiosis. Under good conditions, spores crack open and give rise to haploid reproductive cells. These cells then fuse to combine and form a diploid nucleus. Mitotic divisions then repeat over and over again, but the cells do not undergo cytokinesis, which is the division of cytoplasm into two daughter cells. The lack of cytokinesis results in multinucleated plasmodium.
The phylum Dictyostylida includes about 65 species of cellular slime molds. Those slime molds live as individual haploid cells, and they move like amoebas either on the ground or swimming in fresh water. Like amoebas, cellular slime molds consume food by phagocytosis. When food or water becomes scarce, the cells release a chemical that attracts nearby cells, causing them to gather into a dense structure called a pseudoplasmodium. A pseudoplasmodium is a coordinated colony of individual cells that resemble a slug and leaves a slimy trail as it crawls. Although the cells unite, they retain their own membrane and identity. Eventually, the pseudoplasmodium settles and forms fruiting bodies in which haploid spores develop. When the body breaks open, the spores are dispersed, each growing into an individual amoeboid cell.
The phylum Omycota includes a number of organisms that are parasitic. For example, some omycotes affect fish. Omycotas reproduce sexually and asexually. In asexual reproduction, they produce flagellate spores, known as zoospores. Most of them germinate to form new cells, but some form a zoosporadium, which produces new zoospores. During sexual reproduction, the cell develop egg and sperm containing structures. The sperm then fertilize the egg through fertilization tubes, and as a result, diploid zygotes are formed. The zygotes grow into a new mass of filaments which can reproduce both sexually and asexually. The phylum Cytridiomycota, also known as citrids, include aquatic protists characterized by gametes and zoospores, with a single flagellum. Most citrids are unicellular and parasitic. Citrids share many characteristics with fungi, like the way they obtain nutrients, the material that composes their cell wall, and similar enzymes and biochemical pathways. Because of these similarities, many biologists classify citrids as fungi. Other biologists hypothesize that citrids are the link between protists and fungi.
In summary, fungus-like protists are heterotrophs. They usually do not move, but few develop movement at some point in their lives. The two major types of fungus-like protists are slime molds and water molds. Slime molds are protists that grow as slimy masses on decaying matter. They are commonly found on items such as rotting logs. Water molds are protists present in moist soil and surface water. They live as parasites or on decaying organisms.
Here are some of the new terms that we learned today. A plasmodium is a mass of cytoplasm. Phagocytosis is a process where the plasmodium uses its membrane to engulf its food. A fruiting body is a spore-producing organ that is used in reproduction. Cytokinesis is the division of the cytoplasm into two daughter cells. Pseudoplasmodium is a coordinated colony of individual cells that resembles a slug. Zoospores are spores that have flagella. Zoosporangium is a spore case in which zoospores develop. Thanks for watching.